Hey everyone, welcome to their top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 favorite Charlize Theron movies. Yes, Charlize Theron is a really talented actress. I really enjoy a lot of her work, and she's had a pretty good year. She did the movie Long Shot, which was great, and she's got the new movie Addams Family coming in that looks pretty cool. And I thought I'd celebrate Charlize Theron's career by giving my top 10 personal favorite Charlize Theron movies. Alright, let's get to it. And as always, for our top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are Atomic Blonde, Prometheus, The Road, The Yards, The Cider House Rules, The Devil's Advocate, and Hancock. Pretty good movies. Just gonna make the top 10 list, but doing my top 10 is my number 10. My number 10 is The Italian Job. Yes, F. Gary Gray's The Italian Job is a pretty fun, enjoyable film. I actually thought it was better than the original Italian Job, which does have a pretty good ending, but this, I like the modern cast they put in. The Jason Statham's enjoyable. Seth Green's pretty funny as a comedic sidekick, I guess. He's the comic relief. Donald Sutherland's good. Edward Norton's a good villain. I like Mark Wahlberg. I like Charlize Theron as the daughter of Donald Sutherland, who dies, and she's like this girl who can break into safes and everything. It's just a really cool, enjoyable heist film. Is it cliched? Yes. Does it have some corny dialogue? Most definitely. But it's a fun little film, and yeah, it's good. Coming in number 9 is Young Adult. Young Adult is a pretty good movie. Actually, I think I go to say it's a really good movie. Just this interesting character who's a very despicable character. And basically, it's about this girl, she just doesn't know how to grow up. She doesn't know how to, just let it go and be a real adult. She basically still thinks she's in high school. She wants to, date the guy she was in love with in high school, get back together with him, even though he's clearly married and stuff. Still be a bitch to people who she thinks are beneath her and stuff. Basically, her arc has to be, she has to learn how to move on and live her life as an adult. But this movie does a really genius way of saying that some people in this world do not change. It's a very bitter way to think, but some people in this world just never change. And I love how the opening foreshadows the ending of the film. I think this movie is an absolutely clever film. Yes, at times it does come off a little distasteful and a little too unlikable, but I really enjoy this film. I think Charlize Theron gives an excellent performance, and I love Patton Oswalt in this movie as well with her, and I think it's a pretty good dark comedy here and there as well. This is actually a really good Jason Reitman movie. A guy who was very hit and miss, but this is definitely one of his hits, and yeah, I enjoy this film a lot. Coming in number 8 is, speaking of Mr. Reitman himself, Tully. Tully was a really great movie that came out last year. Again, Charlize Theron gives a very, very good performance to this film, and it's about the struggles of motherhood and dealing with the struggles of motherhood, and sometimes you just think really bad things, and sometimes you even do really bad things and stuff. Being a mother is a very tiresome and very thankless job, sadly, and this movie really showcases it very well, and Charlize Theron gives a spectacular performance, and I love Mackenzie Davis in this film. She's really good in this movie. They both work off each other really great. I love its thought-provoking ending of the film as well, and it's just an all-around really great film, and I really enjoyed it. Coming in number 7 is That Thing You Do. Yes, That Thing You Do. Yes, Tom Hanks made his directorial debut with this movie, and I love this movie. It's a great music movie with a great cast. Charlize Theron is in the movie. She is a character in the movie. She's not in it huge. That's why it's not lower on my list, because this is a Charlize Theron list. If she was like a main character in the movie, this movie would be in my top 3, because I fucking adore this movie, but since she's not in it enough, and she's not in it as much as the other films I'm about to talk about, I'll still count it. But yeah, the movie itself has great music, great characters, and just it's a well-directed and well-executed film. Charlize Theron is very good in the movie. She's really enjoyable in the film and for what she has to work with. And yeah, the film itself, amazing, and she is still good in it as well. Coming number 6 is North Country. This is a very underrated film. This is actually basically the story of how sexual harassment in the workplace was invented. How you could fill out sexual harassment policies in the workplace is because of this woman right here, who Charlize Theron plays. She plays this girl, this woman, who gets a job at an oil rink, a mining company where her dad works and stuff, and Basically, her and all these women get sexually harassed by all these guys. They, like, hit them. They, like, write horrible things on their lockers and stuff. And, yeah, it gets really bad and stuff. And she basically follows a class action on them and stuff. And Woody Harrelson plays her lawyer. And you also find out more tragic things about this character Charlize Theron plays. And Charlize Theron's performance is absolutely incredible. She's so good in this movie. This movie has a huge cast too. It has like Richard Jenkins, Frances McDormand. It has Sean Bean, again Woody Harrelson, Jeremy Renner's in it, Michelle Monaghan's in this movie. It's a very big cast. It's a really good story with really good writing, and yeah, some of it's hard to watch, but it tells a really good, very inspirational story. Coming number 5 is in the Valley of Eli. In the Valley of Eli. Yeah, I was gonna say in the Rally of Eli. Like, what the fuck am I talking about? This movie is directed by Paul Haggis, who is not only a great filmmaker, he directed fucking Crash. Hate that movie so much. But he did this movie. I really enjoyed this movie. This is actually a really enjoyable murder mystery. Very in-depth cop movie. I love Charlize Theron in this movie, and I love her with Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones is also spectacular in this film, and just trying to solve this investigation with these characters is really intriguing. It shows a lot of realism of how it is to be a cop and stuff, just like Insomnia did as well, and I really enjoyed it. I loved the third act in this movie and how it all ends. The climax is really riveting and very thrilling. And the two central performances of Charlize Theron and Tommy Lee Jones really hold this movie together incredibly well, and yeah, I think it's a well-crafted film. Coming in number 4 is actually Long Shot. This is the movie that came out this year. I did a whole review of it. I love Jonathan Levine's direction. I've seen this movie twice, and I still can't get sick of this movie. It's just super funny. Charlize Theron as this girl running for president, and her chemistry with Seth Rogen, this reporter who writes the speeches for her. They work beautifully off each other. I think they're both hilarious in this movie. The scene when they do drugs together is probably the fucking standout of the movie. Hilarious. I absolutely love it. O'Shea Jackson Jr. is also great. And yeah, love it. Long Shot. Coming in number 3 is Monster. Yes, this is what won her Oscar. Rightfully so. She is absolutely incredible in this film. Just unrecognizable. The makeup they do in this movie on her face is... She gives a haunting performance in this movie. She is just borderline terrifying in this movie. And it's sympathetic, but also scary, her performance in this movie. And yeah, she is clearly out of her mind, but yeah, she is really great in this movie. And yeah, Christina Ricci's also in it with her, and she is really good in it as well. And yeah, I love the back and forth between these two, and it's really good. It also talks a lot about homosexuality and stuff, and just the realisms of it and everything. And yeah, this movie is a brutal watch, but it's fantastic. Coming in number 2 is Mad Max Fury Road. Yes, what a lovely day. What a lovely day. So good. Charlize Theron steals the whole film. Yeah. Furiosa, one of the coolest fucking characters ever. She is awesome in this movie. I love her in this film. And it's a Mad Max movie, but Tom Hardy is really good too, but he just kind of moans and grunts his way throughout the whole film, which is great. I'm fine with it. George Miller's direction is absolutely top-notch. I understand why he was nominated for Best Director. The way he films these action sequences, how he blends CGI with practical effects is so great. Emoto Joe, a really cool villain. And just Charlize Theron's a really great protagonist for the film. And just what she wants for all these women and stuff to get them out of this fucking citadel where they're all getting brutally raped and stuff is... pretty, it's pretty fucked up, but it's very inspirational on Furiosa's part and stuff. And literally, the movie is literally a simple story of they drive this way, and they drive back. That's the whole movie. And it's done beautifully. The action is some of the best action you'll ever see. Furiosa is one of probably the coolest fucking female characters you'll ever watch in a film. Well, in an action film, at least. I love Ripley a little more, but still. Furiosa, awesome. Charlize Theron's performance probably should have been nominated. She's so great in this movie, but this is my favorite Mad Max movie, and it's my second favorite film of Charlize Theron. And my number 1 favorite Charlize Theron movie is Kubo and the Two Strings. Kubo and the Two Strings is a phenomenal stop-motion animated movie. And she plays my favorite character she's ever played in film, is Monkey. I love Monkey. Monkey's my favorite character in this movie. And just the twist of just in case you haven't seen it, the way they do the twist with Monkey is super great. I love that. And I love Beetle as well. Matthew McConaughey is great. And Art Parkinson is great as well as Kubo and stuff. Ray Fiennes the villain. Rooney Mara's the twin ants are really great too. Just the sheer stylistic approach of this film is amazing. The way they blend CGI with the stop motion is amazing. The action is really cool. These characters are so... I feel like they're just timeless characters. And I love Monkey. Monkey is just such a cool character. You do not mess with the monkey. I love her. She just... and she brings this beautiful voice to this really strong, badass monkey with a samurai sword. Yeah, I love everything about Kubo and the Two Strings, and everyone knows I'm a sucker for stop-motion animation, and this is just one of my favorite stop-motion animated movies. I love Kubo. So yeah, that's my top 10 favorite Charlize Theron movies in my opinion. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what are your guys' top 10 favorite Charlize movies in your guys' opinion? And yeah, if you don't want to do top 10s, what is your favorite and your least favorite? Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and join the dark side.